Good morning, y'all. So we're getting this day started off early with a little shopping trip to the grocery store for grocery pickup, and then also to Tractor Supply just to see what they had because we heard they have their new Christmas stuff in. So we picked up a few things. Not because we're getting in the Christmas spirit, but because we want some before they're all gone. But we're going to get all the groceries moved in and get y'all set up so we can get the day started. Kitchen's all cleaned up, so now we're going to get dinner started. Tonight we're going to have honey garlic chicken. So I've got 7 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, as you can see, are still frozen down in the crock pot. I usually use about 5 or 6, but whenever I was separating out the meat, I had 7, so that's the bag I pulled. I'm going to add a cup of chopped onion, or just, I'll probably do a little bit more, a medium onion if you don't have it already chopped up. But I like to pre-chop most of my veggies, and I'm going to be making some freezer meals today, so that's why I have it all in the bowl. I can dispense it all out at one time, and I don't have to keep chopping onions up. Then I have about a pound of red potatoes that I've kind of cubed up. Let's cut this little spot off. If you have the tiny baby reds, those work really well in here. I didn't have any, and the grocery store didn't have any for the grocery pickup. So this is what we're using, what we got. Space this all in here. Now this will shrink down and fit much better. And you don't have to layer it this way. This is just the way I like to layer it. So we've got our chicken, our onion, our potatoes. We're going to do about 3 tablespoons of minced garlic, or about 6 cloves if you have fresh. Again, use what you got. I'm going to add in about 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. And I'll come back in about 2 or 3 hours and stir this around so I can make sure all of that seasoning is getting down to all parts as well, because I really want everything really well seasoned. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of Thai sweet chili sauce. This stuff is amazing. If I notice once it gets fully cooked that we need a little bit more, we can do a little bit more, but a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to add in about 1/2 cup of honey, because this is honey garlic chicken. And one more time. There we go. About 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. There we go. And just a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm going to mix it just a little bit. It's not going to mix too much because that chicken is still right there at the top, but you see I've got some seasoning on the edge here, and just get that going down in there. And that's it. We're going to put the lid on. You don't have to add any water. I know a lot of people get nervous about not having any kind of liquid, especially this frozen chicken will create a lot of liquid, but it will cook and it will do its own thing even without the liquid in it. So we're going to move this over. I'm going to get the seasonings put away and then start working on our freezer meals. Okay, y'all, so we're checking in on our compost bin. It's been a month. We continue to come out here and turn it every day. We do about 10 turns. That's just our rhythm. And look, it has gone down by at least half. So it's really breaking down, even with me adding in those big chunks. That lettuce looks like Thatcher may have dumped the lettuce in the wrong bin last night. This is the one we're not using right now, so it's like working on it. And this is the one we're adding to every day. And when I say every day, like, we end up having a lot more compost than I ever thought. And you'll see it, I add in huge chunks and then I turn it. But we are also working on a little gardening area. We'll walk y'all over here to it. Now we have a small, when I say small, like minute little garden, but we're also plotting out a little area that we can empty the compost into as we get it, like as it becomes ready. So there's our little garden. So we've got some lettuce, some broccoli, some peas, or some beans. And this is our little area that we're just going to extend out past, that we're going to fill with compost so that it'll be ready in the spring for our next little planting adventures. But it's coming along, y'all. Let's go check out those chickens. So dinner's all ready. The chicken is completely cooked at 6 hours. I pulled it all out and I'm just shredding it. And you can see it's shredding just with the fork. Not even having to really put any more effort into it than that. It was pretty much shredding as I pulled it out. But we're just shredding all the chicken up and pulling off any of the extra little fatty pieces if there's still some in there. I've turned the crock pot off. And I'm going to toss this back in. I don't want it completely shredded, but in some larger chunks. And I've also got some squash and some cabbage in the convection oven cooking so that we can have that on the side. Now remember, there's potatoes down in here also. Some green beans would be really good. It's just Eleanor has requested squash, so that's what we're making. And then we're just going to mix this so those juices soak right back into that chicken. And it will stay hot enough just as it is sitting in the crock pot, waiting for our cabbage and squash to get finished. So we'll show y'all a picture once we have it all plated up. But easy as can be, yummy, and dinner's ready with little to no effort. So thank y'all so much for joining me today along our little adventures and seeing how the day goes. And like I said, I'll leave y'all a picture of the final product at the very end.